It's a very Jeff Goldblum thing. They were so preoccupied with whether they could, they didn't stop to think whether they should. Hello everyone, welcome to another episode of Tank Talks. My name's Keith.
My name's Brandon.
And it's nighttime.
It
the
is.
time has changed, Brandon.
Oh yes.
You know what that means? Maybe for once, it'll be cool.
That's what we're hoping for. If we wear enough of this
Yeah.
gear.
Yeah, long sleeves,
It'll help
baby.
us.
Keith, we're back in hood weather. I never wear a hood, but I'm all about it.
I've never went hunting, but I will say one thing. True Timber is the most comfortable brand of clothing you can wear.
Where do you get True Timber from?
Buy my True Timber from the local Gander Outdoors. I also got on sale because I think normally this is $50. Would not pay that, but I think I paid $5 for it.
Okay.
And I mean, you feel the outside of it. It's got a good silkiness.
Brendan, really interestingly
inside.
enough, yeah, I like that. It's a little like a fleece on the inside. Mm-hmm. Interestingly enough, you wear, for someone who hunts not at all, who spends very little to zero time in the woods, you wear a lot of camouflage.
If people looked at my closet, they would assume that I am way more southern. Yeah, they would be like, half of this is missing. But then I would disappoint them when they asked me about the game, and I was like, "Oh, you mean Monopoly?"
See, yeah, I think that's the problem, is that it paints a picture. It sets you up for conversations, but you like those kind of things. But that's not what we're here to talk about.
No,
unless you're hunting turkeys.
Today, Keith, we are talking about Thanksgiving essentials.
Yeah.
We reached out to the Tank Media Universe Galaxy Trailer Park. I don't know really what our world is called.
Closer to the size of a trailer park than it is to a galaxy, I will tell you that.
But I reached out to them, Keith, and I asked them their favorite stuff about Thanksgiving.
Like food.
Yes, their favorite food of Thanksgiving, which I put into a category I call Thanksgiving essentials.
Okay, so the question is, what is a must-have
on
the table at Thanksgiving?
You're going to tell me these first few, you're going to tell me, are these essentials, or give it a yes or no.
Okay.
Then at the end, we have where I've asked them to tell me the worst food they have received at Thanksgiving.
And we'll judge.
And you are going to tell me either if it can be redeemed or why they should never return to that family member's house again.
All right, wonderful.
All right, Keith. We're going to start off with probably the easiest softball, turkey.
Absolutely. No question. Fry it. Stew it. Don't stew it. God, don't stew it. Bake it. You can fry it. You can bake it. Slice it. If you got to go to the grocery store and get you a pack of deli turkey, you need to have turkey on the table at Thanksgiving. At least, I believe, in America, that is a tradition.
All right.
Obviously, Thanksgiving is just an American holiday.
Mm-hmm.
If it crosses borders, why? So, please continue.
All right. Second one, stuffing.
Stuffing or dressing, right? It depends on where you're from. Depends on what. I mean, those are two different dishes, if I'm not mistaken. But you're likely not going to have dressing and stuffing. Is that? Am I right in thinking that?
Can we get a fact check over here?
Dressing and stuffing, they're the same thing. All right, dressing and stuffing. We're getting from the live studio audience. It is the same thing. It's not something. Now, surprise, based on the way I look, and also just my all-American. Personality, I guess, which I don't know if that's true. Don't really like stuffing or dressing. Not my favorite. Some people put too much celery in it, but it does belong.
Third, sweet potato casserole.
Oh, goodness. Whether it's got marshmallows or not, I personally believe it should have marshmallows. But
what, pecans or not?
Pecans, take them or leave them. I think they do belong there. And it's pecan, not pecan. That's just a hard and fast rule in my house, where I'm married to a pecan heiress. But yes, something with sweet potatoes has to be done. Sweet potatoes.
Next one on the list, chocolate pie.
That's not. To me, that's not Thanksgiving only, or that's not like an essential Thanksgiving.
Well, if you're walking over to the dessert table, if you see a chocolate pie, are you saying it's neutral? You're not.
It's neutral. It's fine if it's there, but it's definitely not. It's not the first to walk the red carpet of the dessert.
I think too. You're not a big sweet tooth guy.
I'm not huge. I'm developing a sweet tooth as I grow older, but I'm not a huge sweets guy. I will take another slice of turkey over a slice of pie. usually. I mean, you can have it there.
Well, next up, pumpkin pie.
Now that is an essential. Don't have a Thanksgiving without a pumpkin pie. Whether you like it or not, if your whole family hates pumpkin pie, I think someone should at least need to take that bullet and make the pumpkin pie so it can at least be on the table. That's an essential.
That's one of those dishes that I'm not like the biggest fan of pumpkin pie, but I feel like you got to take a slice.
Of course.
For Thanksgiving.
So you eat one still, even though you don't like it. Brandon?
It's the same way for New Year's Day. Have you ever heard the thing about
your bones are cracking?
About eating, you gotta eat black-eyed peas
and collard greens.
Yeah.
Dollars and cents.
You still do that even if you're like, this doesn't really work. Yeah. Well, I guess I'll get a couple of these.
Even though the magic doesn't work.
Green bean casserole.
Ooh, green bean casserole. I remember seeing this comment. Now, I do love her who made this comment, but I gotta disagree. It's not a must-have for me. Now, we always have it at this family gathering where this particular family member of mine commented this.
Yeah.
But it's not my thing. I'm not a big green bean casserole fan. I'll tell you why. It's because of the crispy onions on top. They're a little bit overpowering. Also, the crispy onion with the cream of mushroom. I don't know how everybody makes it, but this is how we have it. And it's just not my favorite. I usually, you know what? I'm sorry to say, I usually pass it by.
Now, when you say, what about nostalgia's sake? If you saw that missing, would you think...
It does mean something to me to see it, though. It absolutely does. Yeah, it does mean, when I see it on the table, I think Thanksgiving. I do. So, will I call it an essential for me? No. But for our family, it is an essential. Absolutely.
All right, corn pie.
Corn pie. That's not blowing my socks off, Brennan. It sounds like something that would be a Thanksgiving thing, but for me, I would not call it essential.
What about corn in general?
In general, corn must be present. There must be a corn dish, whether it be corn by itself. There must be corn.
So you'd say this could fit the corn dish
Whenever
criteria?
You think Native Americans helping the Pilgrims out, whether that happened or not, I guess we can believe it did. There's a lot of... Here, in the progressive future... We're going back and we're really figuring out what went on with those Native Americans. We did them wrong. And I'm not going to say that we didn't. But when I think Native Americans and Thanksgiving, one of them's carrying a plate of corn in whatever painting I'm thinking of. So I think corn needs to be present. Now, does it need to be in a pie?
Next up, macaroni and cheese.
Absolutely, yes. I think that belongs on any table at any given time. But... especially Thanksgiving, I would like there to be macaroni and cheese. I think it's an essential.
Apple pie?
Apple pie doesn't sound like a Thanksgiving thing for me. I think you can keep the apple pie.
Worcester summertime. Pumpkins can have the fall. Apple can have the...
Yeah, something about... I know apples are a fall thing. I feel like they ripen up in the fall. But I'm just not... Apple pie doesn't quite do it for me on Thanksgiving. That feels even almost like a Christmas thing to me. Or maybe just a September. Maybe that's just like a homecoming football game kind of thing.
And then lastly in the good, we had someone comment for a dish served the day after Thanksgiving. And it's a cold turkey sandwich. So the leftovers. The next day, they talk about getting some of that turkey, making a sandwich. So now you're not getting sliced deli meat. You're getting some turkey... between some bread.
Yes. So I'm going to widen that. An essential, you must eat Thanksgiving food the following day.
So there's leftovers as a whole.
Yeah, leftovers as a whole. It's not, you didn't have a full holiday if you're not eating turkey the next day, I think. But absolutely. And now, if you have a lady or a man, probably a lady in your family, who bakes bread, some homemade bread. If you had some homemade bread on Thanksgiving, you put you some turkey in that homemade bread. Woo! Thanksgiving, baby.
All right. Now, Keith, we're moving on to the weird. Okay?
Did you think it was going to make me mad somebody wanted a sandwich?
No, I was hoping you would fit into that.
Okay.
Because I would have been a little upset if you would have said that's not Thanksgiving.
No, that's Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is a 2-day holiday.
First one, cherry jello with beets in it.
Why are you... Cherries are already red. What do you need beets for?
There's beets floating around in it.
In the Jell-O?
Yeah.
When do you eat that? Just eat cranberry sauce like the rest of us. Let's not get fancy. Let's not suspend another vegetable inside some Jell-O. But cranberry sauce is already odd enough. It's not a sauce. It's jelly.
Next, spaghetti.
Somebody wrote that as a joke.
No, they said that for their Christmas, I
You
think
mean
it was their
Thanksgiving,
grandma
right?
would cook a big pot of spaghetti with some fresh meatballs.
On
They said it was
Thanksgiving?
weird. Yeah, they said it was weird,
That was
but
their,
it was really good.
that
was
was
their
the Thanksgiving meal.
Yeah, it's just a big.
See, I'm
old
not
pot
gonna
of
knock a
spaghetti.
family tradition. You know, it may have been Thanksgiving that got, or it may have been spaghetti that got them through the Depression.
Mhm.
I don't know. You know, so I'm not gonna knock that. It's wrong. Like I think you should bathe afterwards.
So if I
Eat
showed up to
spaghetti
your
on
house with
Thanksgiving.
spaghetti and Thanksgiving, you're gonna say no.
I'm gonna ask you to agree with me that it doesn't make sense. That's
Okay.
all I want. All I want is for the person to acknowledge this is wrong.
Thirdly, creamed onions.
That needs to delete that. Highlight and delete those words. Creamed onions? What in the what did we do? What did that family do wrong? There are so many things to cream. There's all kind of good sweet creams, right? You could have whipped cream. You could have, and then you get to the savory creams. Cream of chicken. Sure, that's a good soup. Cream of mushroom. An ingredient in a lot of good things. Cream of onion? That's not even like French onion to me. I don't understand. Maybe I'm stupid. Maybe I haven't been around the block enough times. Quit creaming onions, please.
We got 3 more of these. The next one, salmon.
When did you
Smoked
have
salmon.
Smokes? Is that alongside turkey?
They just said they had smoked salmon sitting there on the table.
I mean, that's just maybe somebody's trying to clean out their fridge. I don't know. Maybe I don't want to knock somebody's culture. Maybe they're from the Dakotas. Maybe they're from somewhere with some nice fresh water. They go out there and they catch a salmon. That's their tradition.
So
I'm not gonna knock that.
what
You
I'm
can
getting
have your
is
salmon, but
that
it doesn't make any sense.
if you can't have a turkey, a salmon is good. But now if you're walking in there sitting there saying, don't need no turkey, I just need my salmon.
That's where the problem is. The whole thing is like the whole country has agreed, okay, turkey, right? All the population of the country is looking around and going, turkey, everybody, right? Turkey, turkey. I don't like it when there are people like, well, we are not going to go with the crowd. We are going to do something strange because we're interesting. You don't have to be a contrarian. You know? Just eat some turkey like the rest of us. It's fun.
Next is a thing called perfection salad.
That doesn't belong.
It's Jell-O, and mixed in the Jell-O is carrots, cabbage, and celery.
That's some 50s garbage right there. It is 2019. It's a generation since that stuff was in the back of the newspaper and somebody cut that. Oh man. Just stop. Why are you going to put vegetables in Jell-O? Why? Stop. This isn't The Office. I'm not just suspending things in Jell-O.
All right, our final one.
Oh, you're going to hurt me.
Cream corn.
Oh.
Now just tell me, like, with cream corn, how does that make you feel?
I don't like cream corn. I've heard of it, and people like it. You know, I'm not a big cream corn guy. I talked a big game about corn earlier, but really corn is not one of my favorite things to eat.
Now, what if someone got that cream corn and they mix something in with it?
Oh,
I don't know.
Brandon.
Maybe like oysters.
Don't stop. I'm sure you're out there. Don't do that anymore, please. Brandon, are we done? Can we be done?
That's it.
Why? Why? Just like the turkeys. There's turkey. Why? It's a very Jeff Goldblum thing. They were so preoccupied with whether they could, they didn't stop to think whether they should, and you should not. Keep the seafood off the table. Just be safe. Especially keep. Oh, I'm done. Just don't do that anymore. Thank you so much for watching, everybody. Have a happy Thanksgiving. And you know what? You don't have to listen to me. This show has just become Make Keith mad. Brandon does a good job of it. Brandon, you got anything else?
It's because of viewers like you that we're able to do this. So please make sure you comment your thoughts on these videos.
Yeah, let me know. Let us know. Let us know what you think about these things, and and we will see you next time. Please remember that we love you very much.